catfight has broken out in Sydney's eastern suburbs over a proposal by Randwick Council that all cats be kept indoors at all times. It's intended to protect wildlife, especially birds, but there are strong feelings for and against.
It's the new Battle of the East. Man's best friend versus man's other best friend.
Let's be honest, it's what I would consider to be laughable.
But this is no laughing matter. Randwick Council has voted to form a committee to research ways of curbing feral cats and foxes in the area and protecting native fauna. Some of the ideas that committee will look at include higher registration fees for cats, a night curfew for your feline, even penalties for irresponsible owners, similar to those already in place for dogs.
There's no way you're going to be able to track down which cat was responsible for defecating in somebody's backyard. Good luck tracking the owner. Look, it's beyond ridiculous.
Canine-loving families have welcomed the action.
I have 2 dogs, and the cats around this area are becoming very brazen about how they can treat dogs. Because they know they're on leads, they wander around the streets, they taunt the dogs.
Others suggest directing funds and time to other issues. The experts admit encouraging responsible pet ownership should be a priority.
It's a good thing to look at if we can minimise the harm that comes to wildlife, but realistically I do think it's a difficult thing to police and enforce.
In the end, Council has the final say.
We care about the animals, they are a loving pet, but they are very destructive to our environment, and we want to love them, we want to care for them, but we want the rules to be a bit more similar to the dogs.
Julie Snook, NBN News.
Banks charging foreign transaction fees are set to be investigated by competition authorities. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg has asked the ACCC to look into the charges, which he's described as excessive. Australians pay around $2 billion in fees each year for using their cards overseas and converting Aussie dollars into other currencies.
To finance and the share market took another plunge for the second day in a row off the back of poor performances in financials and healthcare stocks. The All Ordinaries slid 46 points. To commodities and gold is lower while oil is trading higher. It's buying just over 75.5 US a barrel. And the Aussie dollar fell against the majors. It's buying just under 72 US cents.
He was known as France's Frank Sinatra, with a career lasting more than 80 years. Singer Charles Aznavour, best recognised for his hit She, has died aged 94.
She may be the song that summer sings, maybe the key that all the rains, maybe 100 different things, within the measure of a day.
Aznavour sold more than 180 million records worldwide and was still filling stadiums well into his 90s. Well, a thirsty racehorse in France has managed to escape from her trainer and make a beeline to the nearest watering hole. Patrons at the pub were sent scampering, with the surprise customer creating quite the panic. No one was hurt, and the filly's condition appears to be stable.
At least she put a few bucks on the bar.
She sure did. Well done.
Over to sport now with Mitch Hughes.
And Mitch, preparations are underway at Mount Penn.
They certainly are. It's the biggest week of the year in Bathurst. Thanks, team. Coming up after the break, teams begin arriving for this weekend's Supercar Showpiece. And we hear from Ben Barber on his return to the NRL.
So, how are the new neighbours?
Well, they're interesting.
Well, you're there then.
Oh, hi, I'm Brian, number 42.
Follow me, Brian, number 42. Welcome to my humble abode. Hello, neighbors. Hungry?
Thanks.
So, I hear you're in insurance. Yeah. Can you get me a cheap deal on my car? Of course, but we don't just deal in insurance. We deal in simpleness.
Simpleness.
Simpleness. We make it easy to save time and money on all that. Household stuff to make your life more simple. Car insurance, switching to energy, home loans, and lots more. Even insurance for your little fluffy woof woof friend.
You can't make health insurance easy.
You can with simpleness, brand number 42. Now, this is supposed to be a party. nothing. Sergei, bitte.
Best sheds, up to 40% cheaper. American barns from 6,300. All our sheds are manufactured by us right here in Australia with a 20-year manufacturer's warranty. Call Best Sheds, 1-800 15 17 18.
Free expert colour advice. In-store and online this October. Find your colour with Dulux.
Every sunrise, every day, every season, every way, every generation, every dream, every job, starting from teen. This is your future. Grow it today. With Aussafe Super, we're with you all the way.
Terry Shear, Australia's leading landlord insurance specialist, can protect your property and rental income from just $1 a day.
My property portfolio is protected by Terry Shear. I wouldn't trust anyone else.
Call Terry Shear or go online.
Nurse! Nurse, my arm's hurting. Where's the nurse? 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 Oh, sweetheart, it's okay. It's okay.
In children's wards and emergency, mandated nurse-to-patient ratios do not exist in country hospitals. Our hospitals need safe nurse-to-patient ratios on every ward, every shift, every country hospital.
Authorised by D Homes New South Wales Nurses and Midwives Association, Sydney.
Welcome to Independence Australia. How can I help you today?
At Independence Australia, your purchases make a difference by helping us provide care and support to people living with a disability. We have over 10,000 continence, nutrition, health and wound products available online now with fast, convenient home delivery. For quality products that help us enhance others' lives, visit Independence Australia at yourway.net.au.
After dominating in the English Super League, Ben Barber concedes he's taking a risk returning to the NRL, but says in his mind he really had no choice.
Oh, look, to be honest, it wasn't, because at the end of the day, for me, it was just about being home. I was homesick and a bit closer to my family.
Barber has signed a one-year deal with the North Queensland Cowboys. Teams have begun arriving in Bathurst for this weekend's Supercar showpiece. The Triple Eight crew has dominated the championship for a decade, but has recently struggled in the Great Race. The drivers are confident they're due for a change of fortune.
Far removed from Mount Panorama, but still a spectacular spot to start Bathurst week. A Trans-Tasman taste test for the dual national Triple Eight team.
It's a nice Volvo.
It must be an Aussie thing.
Debating of the good foods, whether they're from New Zealand or Australia, and I think we found out all the good ones are Kiwis.
Aussie-Kiwi jokes aside, there's a warm camaraderie amongst the drivers despite their on-track battles.
Track, we're just good mates.
Jamie Whincup has won 7 of the last 10 Drivers' Championships, but hasn't conquered the mountain in 6 years.
I'm a big believer if you make your own luck, and I haven't had the best run up there the last few years for one reason or another. I'm not trying to make up for anything this weekend.
Shane Van Gisbergen has finished on the podium just once in 11 starts. This year he's planning on reining in his trademark aggression.
Just be more patient this year and take it as it comes, and yeah, don't try and win it early.
When Craig Lowndes drives out of this garage on Sunday, it will be the end of an era. His 25th Bathurst 1000 will also be his last as a full-time supercar driver.
Everywhere we've gone, we've had huge crowds. You know, as I said, a lot of stories. A lot of people have followed my career from the day one to now, and you know, it's been fantastic to be able to share that journey.
Lowndes not the only one reliving past glories. Rick Kelly's Nissan team unveiling a new colour scheme. The same Larry Perkins drove to victory in 1993.
That I've watched since I could walk, and so to come up here and not get tense is very difficult.
Luke Duffy, NBN News.
To AFL, and Tom Lynch says he's looking forward to forming a formidable partnership with Jack Riewoldt in Richmond's forward next year. The former Gold Coast captain today nominated the Tigers as his club, knocking back offers from Collingwood and Hawthorn.
There have been question marks over Tom Lynch's future for much of the year, and with 3 big clubs circling for his signature, he's decided Punt Road will be his new home.
Sort of have to pinch myself in a fairly privileged position with Collingwood, Hawthorn, Tigers, so
For me, I didn't think there was any wrong decision there. It was just what fits best, and yeah, look, I'm pretty excited to join Richmond.
He admits he was tempted by the opportunity to play alongside Dustin Martin and share the forward line with Jack Revolt.
He's a three-time Coleman winner, so yeah, it'll be pretty exciting to get to play under him and yeah, learn a fair bit off him.
Although Lynch won't be playing with popular Tiger Sam Lloyd, who's packed his bags and heading for the Bulldogs.
I think Tom's just bumped him out of the locker room, so Sam will probably be wearing red, white and blue of the Dogs, we hope.
Heartbroken West Coast star Andrew Gaff is still pondering whether to join North Melbourne or stay with the Premiers.
He's finding it difficult. His team's just won a premiership and he couldn't be part of it. So he's working through that with his family and his partner, and you guys will find out when we do, because we still don't know.
Melbourne best and fairest Max Gawn is hopeful Jesse Hogan won't be lured back to Western Australia.
He's had some stuff going on with his life, and we only want the best for him, but we all think, and I hope he thinks, that the best is at Melbourne.
And hopes the Demons can pip Collingwood for key defender Stephen May.
If we get a chance to get someone like him, it'll be handy to bolster up our back line.
Newly appointed Australian Test Vice-Captain Mitch Marsh has hit an impressive 162 in a tour match against Pakistan A in Dubai. Mitch's brother Sean made 94, while Travis Head was unbeaten on 90, as Australia reached 4 for 494 at stumps on day 3 of the 4-day match. The first test between Australia and Pakistan begins on Sunday. In just a moment, the Hunter athletes in the running for the prestigious Don Award. And the death-defying surfer rides her way into the record books.
This will go fast.
Don't be last. Europe Early Bird airfares are out now at Flight Centre. Check out this amazing deal starting from under $1,200. So hot it won't last. Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Get summer ready at Big W. With outdoor cushions for $8. And melamine plates for $2. Big W's new season range, available now.
The Paris Agreement, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. To higher electricity prices, that's what for. Unemployment, power rationing. Throw away the Paris Agreement. Vote one United Australia Party.
Authorised by James McDonald for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.